What's up, you guys? I'm not amazing, I'm just mediocre. Welcome back to the channel and this Apex Legends video. Today we had hunt number 5 in our 9-part season quest released. We are just over halfway through this thing, wherein we had to go through a close quarters slog through a bunker, and we find a gravely injured Octane on the way. Another legend has gone down. Now, really quick, before we get into this video, if you guys want to stay up to date on everything Apex Legends, consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that notification bell so you can know exactly when my next video is released. But getting into the details of this week picks up exactly where it left off last week. Lifeline and Gibraltar are in the Shadow Realm trying to get the artifact and save Octane. While on the outside, we have Bangalore, who's coming in with the brand new information she received from Yoko about Loba's true intentions. You see, Loba told all the other legends that she was looking for a piece of treasure and wanted their help recovering it. But what it really is some sort of piece of technology that Hammond Robotics wants their hands on. Loba doesn't actually care anything at all about what this broken ghost is. She only is retrieving it because Hammond promised her they would give her the location of the source code for Revenant. If you don't remember what that is, it's actually his preserved brain and spinal column, his nervous system kept inside an electronic shell and frame. It's what you saw Loba trying to hunt down in the Season 5 launch trailer. But she doesn't want anybody else to know that. She doesn't want to know because she doesn't know who the mole is. Don't forget, somebody spilled the beans about what they were up to Revenant. We still don't know who that mole is. We still don't know who wrote that letter. And so Loba is very paranoid about anybody getting the information that she's trying to access Revenant's source code. However, Caustic seems to have some knowledge about simulacrums. He mentions some time working at Vincent Dynamics, another company that exists within the Apex Legends universe, the Titanfall universe in general. It's a kind of a competitor to Hammond Robotics. They did the same kind of stuff. But he worked at Vincent Dynamics, and he says that he worked on simulacrum tech, and he understands the basics, that most often they would actually keep that brain and spinal column inside the robotic shell itself. And he finds it fascinating that they decided to keep this person's head and spinal column separate from the actual body. So now that it's out and everybody knows what's going on, there's a lot of people who don't want to help out Loba anymore. And Loba is really paranoid because now she knows somebody is going to pass on the information to Revenant what they are after. But Wraith speaks up and says they should all try to keep working on this thing because nobody knows what Hammond Robotics is up to. Mirage asked Bangalore, who was former IMC, wasn't IMC and Hammond Robotics the same? Back then, yes, but this is a new Hammond Robotics, one that she has no experience with, one that she definitely does not believe is part of the IMC, because especially towards the end of the war, there was a lot of fracturing, a lot of breakup among the IMC. There was the Ares Research Division that would kind of do its own thing. There was an artificial intelligence called Spyglass that was part of the IMC that, because they weren't getting reinforcements, started raiding its own outposts. And so there's a whole lot of stuff that happened around the end of the Frontier Wars that caused the IMC to splinter up and fracture into many different functioning parts. So that's why Bangalore is scared of what this Hammond Robotics might be up to. And she wants nothing to do with it, but on Wraith's suggestion, they all decide to keep trying to hunt for the pieces because they don't actually know what this piece of technology is. They should try to find out what it does and then try to destroy it. So that instead, Hammond Robotics just wants somebody to get it. If they don't get a hold of this technology, then somebody else will do it for them. So it might as well be the legends that actually go and get a hold of this technology instead of somebody else. But right at that moment, Lifeline and Gibraltar burst forth from the portal to the Shadow Realm with a gravely injured Octane in hand. He is losing a lot of blood and he has no legs. All the legends quickly get to work on trying to get him stable condition. And Loba quietly walks out of the room, certain in the fact that now that the information about what her true goal is, the source code is out, that she is a marked woman, that she is being set up for death by whoever ratted her out to Revenant. She is absolutely sure that he will be coming to hunt her down. But I'm not so sure. I don't know if Revenant necessarily cares about getting killed. You hear it when he says, you know, his lines in the game. But whenever he gets respawned, why can't I just die already? Like, he's done living. So I don't know if he's actually going to be that upset to find out that Loba found a way to actually kill him. He might even want it to happen because he's been sitting here being immortal and having to experience hundreds and hundreds of deaths over the course of the last 300 plus years since Revenant was created. But beyond that, this artifact that we're putting together, I theorized this when we first got the Season 5 trailer, but now more and more, it's looking like some sort of robot head that we are putting together. You can't take a look at this piece of technology that we're assembling and say it's not some sort of robot head. I mean, it even has eyeballs. But what it also has is a reference to a company that was spoken about in the story today. Caustic talks about his short tenure at Vincent Dynamics, and right there in the center of the ridge of the brow is a Vincent Dynamics logo. So what this is a piece of technology from Hammond Robotics competitors. They want something that they know their competitors made, and they want to have access to this piece of technology. And if you want to know what this piece of technology is, consider subscribing to the channel so you can stay up to date on all these Apex Legends videos. And if you want to watch more Apex Legends lore, click the video on your screen right now. I'm not amazing, I'm just meaty yogurt, and I'm out.